3, 2, 1, go. And the drift mode, of course, which comes with a ping. He stopped me, I come to him and he goes like, you do that again, you're going home.
Good morning, guys. Today we are going up the Goodwood Hill Climb in the fastest accelerating road car in the world. Meet the Rimac Navarra R. With 4 electric motors, it makes 2,107 horsepower, sprints from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 1.6 seconds, the quarter mile in just 7.9. Here we go, guys. About to go up the Goodwood Hill Climb in the fastest accelerating production car in the world, surrounded by some awesome company. We've got the Ferrari FXXK Evo, the Lanzante converted Sesto Elemento. We've got another electric hypercar, the Avaya there, the new Temerario with the Revuelto. This is about to be an awesome hill climb run. I can't get enough of the Sesto Elemento. Obviously, the looks have changed as well to improve the aerodynamics of the Rimac Navarra. I love the design of the front end. I think it looks a lot sharper. Obviously, it was done in the name of aero, but I think just aesthetically, it's a lot more pleasing as well. And then next to it, to think that this is the same company, Bugatti Rimac, with the Bolide. The development driver driving me today, Miro, has done a lot of development driving on the Bolide as well. That has got to be a wild experience. So are the driving modes any different from the standard Navarra, or are they programmed differently, calibrated differently?
We have the same 5 driving modes. So we have the range, the cruise, the sport, the track, and the drift mode, of course, which comes with a ping. So you're sure that, you know, ESC is off.
That's awesome.
In different modes, we have different torque distribution. We have different torque vectoring settings. We have different ESC settings. So it has basically 5 different characters. But for the Navarra R, we could have, it allows us to open up the limits a little bit more and to play a little bit more with performance. So the car is a bit more, let's say, radical. It's a little bit more relentless. And in track mode, for example, this time around, it will move about a lot more than it does with the standard Navarra.
Sure. Now, is drift mode the full power sent to the rear wheels, or is it half the power since it's just the rear?
Full power of the rear wheels of the
Got
rear
it.
motors.
Wow. I love the passenger display here. You were saying earlier that you can change the passenger display in case people get scared of the high numbers.
Depending on how brave the passenger is and where you're driving, you can have there either the drift stats or the speed or G meter, whatever you want. So you know it's a lot of geeky stuff that you can follow when you're on the passenger seat. Also, when we do the launch control, you can follow the stats there. So what were our best time, what was the forces on the car, stuff like that.
That's very cool. Another thing I thought was incredible is that there's cameras inside the car, and you said when you activate drift mode or do a launch, it basically automatically fires up the cameras 5 seconds before. Yeah. So you have reactions of your passengers every time you launch.
Yeah, it saves, you know, the time before and after the run, so you can look at your runs, whether you did a launch control or you did a drift mode or something like that, so you can check that out.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's unbelievable. Goodwood Festival of Speed, we're surrounded by a Ferrari FXXK, a Lanzante road legal Sesto Elemento, and we're sitting in the fastest accelerating road car. I'm very excited for this, so thank you.
Really fun.
So from a driving dynamics perspective, what does it feel like compared to the Navarra?
There's a lot of differences. So since we are on a different setup of tires and a different setup of aero, we can exploit more the lateral and longitudinal dynamics. So we retune the suspension, we retune the torque vectoring, we retune the traction control, ABS, ESC. So the whole driving dynamics is a bit, you know, one step up. And on top of that, we could have also done that allow us basically to tune also the steering a bit, to get a little bit more out of the car as a driver feel.
Sure.
So what we ended up is that you not only have 200 horsepower more, but it feels and acts and drives like a completely different car.
Really?
Since you drove the Navarra, okay, it was a while ago, but still you will be able probably to see the difference now when we just launch it off the line. Because you do feel the difference of 200 horsepower, but more to the point, you do feel that the car is just quicker in reaction. and it's more, let's say, radical.
Yeah.
Whilst the standard Navarra was more compliant for, you know, bumpy roads and, you know, everyday driving and all kinds of weather. This is why it was on PS4S tires, Michelin's. This is now on Cup 2s, so it's a bit more, let's say, performance oriented.
Sure. Is there less sound deadening? Like, was there ever a consideration of really incorporating the electric motor noises into the car?
So we are not producing any artificial sound on the car. Everything you hear like a natural sound.
Sure.
The only difference is that this particular car that we are in is a prototype car.
Yeah.
So we use this car for testing and development to get to a certain point, and now the production car, of course, is going to be, you know, it's going to have the MPH package and everything.
All right, drift mode engaged. Yeah, it does that easily.
Yeah. So, it's gonna be a fun run.
Let's do it. Thank you.
No worries. We're gonna do a launch off the line.
Awesome.
And then we're gonna play a bit through the track.
Perfect. 1.6 seconds to 60. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's put it in our mode 1.
Yeah,
to
perfect.
Experience that as well. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. Wow, at like 150 is when it really starts to pull. That is crazy. Oh, this thing is ridiculous. Yeah, that moves. Holy crap.
Yeah, that was nicer. This time we went in the middle suspension mode. It's much better for these bumpy.
Yeah, it felt
parts.
good.
Yeah. In track mode is a bit too rough.
Sure. Yeah, wow, holy crap. You can tell up until like 150 kph it was fighting for traction, and then it finally... Oh,
Did he
bummer.
crash or?
Yeah.
He crashed. Something broke. Yeah.
The way it pulls after is unbelievable.
Yeah, because before that it's struggling for traction.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Finally, you know.
Holy crap.
Rips.
That was awesome.
There we go.
Oof. That got the blood pumping and I wasn't even driving. Unbelievable. One of my absolute favorite parts about the hill climb is once you get to the top, all of the cars are parked next to each other, ready to head back down the hill. And you get to see some of the coolest stuff in the world. We've got the SP3, never been up close to the F80 like this before. Let's get a load of the interior. That is absolutely insane. I love how the driver's seat is ahead of the passenger seat. Pretty darn cool. We got a nice Valkyrie here as well. The FXXK Evo, a wild shmee. How are you? How is the car?
Amazing.
The acceleration in the Navarra is horrifying.
I know. I can imagine. We'll catch up on
All right. Nice Valhalla. The Praga. That is a crazy looking car. Wild seeing a Corvette out here in England. Rivuelto. You know, it took me seeing this a couple times, the Sesto Elemento, to realize, even though this is one of my favorite cars in the world, check out the exhaust tips. I had no idea that they come out right behind the wing. So normally on the Gallardo, the exhausts are down here, but these are funneled all the way up there, which is just crazy. Sorry about the noise. They're cooling down all the car's brakes, particularly on the Bolide. Wyra R Lanzante road legal conversion. We've got the incredible Gordon Murray T50, one of my favorite cars I've ever been in. And then look, they're still cooling down the Bolide because it doesn't have any radiators. That's so crazy. Look at the steering wheel.
1 year, I was doing some burnouts when I was going down.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy that's standing on the road out there, that's the chief marshal.
Uh-huh.
I got to this point and he was right in the middle of the road looking at me. And he stopped me. I come to him and he goes like, "You do that again, you're going home." And I was like, "Sorry." It's like he puts you in your place. It's like kindergarten.
That's
And
funny. Well, thank you so much again for this.
Thank you.
Unbelievable experience. I knew it was going to be fast, but really after 150 kilometers an hour, that acceleration was pretty friggin' nuts.
Yeah. Because we are struggling. Like it's you know, it's very slippery.
Yeah, yeah.
On a normal road where it's not so dusty and where you have proper grip, it's amazing because it just keeps on going.
Yeah.
Like from the get-go, you have this punch where you start accelerating, but it's not bleeding off. It's just it just keeps on.
Yeah, I mean, you need a lot of good traction for 1.6 seconds to 60. So that's impressive.
We drove a couple of pilots that did like jet fighter pilots during like they did launches from aircraft carriers and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
They said it was more impressive because with the aircraft carrier you don't have any peripheral points, you don't have any, you know, reference points.
Oh, fair, yeah.
With this, when you're accelerating, you have trees, you have all these kinds of stuff, and they were like, they were scared.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, because those probably pull even more G's. It's probably they're just slingshotted off the aircraft carrier. This has got to be an intense environment for the bolide, having no ability to cool it down. But
also, you know, big kudos to the F1 drivers and people that are driving those cars because they are so stiff. They're bouncing off every curve.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just a pinball run.
No, it's got to be crazy. And some of the older ones too, with just zero safety.
Yeah.
Feet are in front of the front wheels.
Yeah. No seat belts, no nothing.
Yeah. Oh, they don't have seat belts?
Yeah, I mean, all the pre-war cars, they don't have anything.
Oh my gosh.
They put, you know, racing overalls and a helmet, but basically, you know, that's it. You're a projectile.
Yeah, literally. And that one where they have two people on the one bike. That thing is as much of a death trap as I've ever seen.
To me, was impressive because I see them in the drivers' club, like old guys. Like
really?
They're barely walking, and then you see them. They put the overalls on, and they're all like, you know, crouched like this, and they're walking to the bike. They sit on the bike and they go like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
It's just like they still have it.
That's
it's
awesome.
Just, you know, it's the body is old, but the mind is still like, wow.